Yes.
Welcome back to another week.
Yes.
We are
Our Fan Plays Games. Yeah.
Yes. And we are still here rating games.
You're still rating games, y'all.
Yes.
We are still counting down and rating
Yes,
and all that
are.
kind of good stuff. Yes.
Part 3.
Now, this is going to be some good games on this list.
Yes.
It's some good ones on here because the OFPG endorsements are everywhere.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. I'm excited about this one. I'm
Yes.
excited.
We played so many 2023 games.
Yes, we did.
We had to put it in 3 parts.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. There's a lot.
Yeah. But this is the last one.
This is it.
This is the last
This is it.
part.
Yes.
Yes.
And then next week, live.
Live show.
Live. Yes, yes.
Yeah, but before we get into all this good stuff, Mik has some board game news.
Yes, I do. But for everyone.
Oh, gosh.
For the family. Yes. We return strong.
Yeah,
We return strong.
The sound
Yes, we go.
effects are
Yes,
back.
they're back and they will stay. We should not be mandated away. No.
You asked for this.
Yes, y'all did. They did.
They-
They did.
you asked
Yes, they
for
did. All right, so this is what we got. I got some news.
Okay.
All right. Exciting. This is exciting news.
Okay.
Because at one time, you could not find this game nowhere. And we know that because we tried, and
Okay.
it took a long time to get it. Japanese publisher Oink Games.
Okay.
That we like some of their games.
We love their stuff.
But there's one in particular we really do like, and that's Scout. Scout, they have announced that Scout is coming to Target on February 18th.
Scout is coming to Target.
Yes, and that's good because that's a really cool game, and I think now everybody should get it.
Get a chance to
It's a
play
real,
it,
it's a real good
yeah.
trick-taking
I
game
agree.
that is wild. It is wild because you can't move the cards, so it's really cool. I like that. Check it out, family. All right, now Hasbro lost over $1 billion in Q4. It was really because they had this film TV business called E1.
E1. Okay.
E1. And they sold that off. And they got a loss on that one. And that's what contributed to the $1 billion. Now, everything else, Magic, they make money. And Dungeons and Dragons, they make a little money. But when they got rid of that film studio, kind of hurt them a little bit. So we're going to
bounce back.
Yeah, they can bounce back. So we got to see how that shakes out, for Hasbro.
Now, if we lost $1 billion,
No, it's going to be hurtful.
I don't know if we can bounce back.
Hurtful.
Because if we ever made $1 billion.
Yeah, no, we haven't made $1 billion.
I ain't losing it.
No.
I'm not gonna lose.
But it was so crazy how, even Wizards of the Coast, how they were making money that E1 kind of weighed them down.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. So we're going to keep a look at it and see what's going on with that. The last thing, it kind of connects to what I just said. The CW, the little network that's on TV, is officially going to have Scrabble and Trivia Pursuit games on the air.
Uh-oh.
Yes, they're going to do that. They're going to bring the classic board games to life.
Okay.
Because we just saw on the Game Show Network that they brought Blank Slate on there.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
But now the CW gonna get into the business and bring Scrabble and Trivia Pursuit. And guess what? They are producing those because Liongate Alternative Entertainment, they acquired E1 from Hasbro, so they doing the thing.
So they got the
Yeah, they took it. They took E1, and now they're going to use all those assets to bring
Well,
Scrabble.
they gotta make money. They bought it for a reason.
Yeah, to bring those
Yeah.
games to the TV. So
that makes
I
sense.
can't wait. They haven't put too much information. They don't have a host yet.
Yeah.
They haven't said anything about a host. They haven't said when it's going to come out, but it's coming out. So I'm definitely going to take a look at it. So that's it. So this is my last thing.
Okay.
And I just want to call out again. Happy Black History Month. Go learn something. Go see what's up to all the contributions that African Americans have made to this country because Black history is American history.
Yes.
All right, there we go. That's what I got.
That's it. All right, so now we are going into the heart of the episode.
Yes,
So
yes.
get comfortable, grab your coffee, a warm blanket, and let's get to these games.
Well, now, we don't know where they're going to sit, so they can just get a nice little drink, something, some nice refreshing something, like some tea. I always have tea at night, y'all. I love my tea. So, y'all get comfortable. Here we go.
Here we go. All right, we have made it to the heart of the episode, and we are continuing to rate the games
Yes.
from 2023.
Yes.
And this is part 3. So if you missed the other 2 parts,
Gotta go back
parts
and look.
1 and 2, you need to go back and check them out.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to finish this up with part 3.
Wrapping it up.
Wrapping it up.
Yes.
So now this week we are starting with the letters S-E-A.
Okay.
S.
Okay.
S-E-A-S, because last
Yes.
week we ended on S-E-A. So we started with S-E-A-S, going all the way to Z.
Yes.
Now let me give you some information on the criteria that
Yes.
we use
We need that.
to
We
come
need
up
that.
with this rating.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so we had 5 categories. Now the first one is artwork and components. And the artwork and components, they must be interesting, colorful. If there are people involved, we're looking for diversity, and it has to stay in line with the theme. It has to all match up with the theme.
Yes.
And then the next one is gameplay. Is the game fun? Is it interesting? Does it make sense? And is it supported by the rule book? And is the rule book, and when I say supported, is the rule book easy to read? Can you, read a few lines and be able to understand what's going on? Because some of these rule books can be daunting.
Yes.
And that's something that's important with gameplay.
Yes.
The next one are the mechanics. Okay, and they must work well with the theme and complement the components.
Yes.
If you got a worker placement game, you want, things that look like workers, or you want things that's gonna work well with that theme.
Yeah.
The replayability. Do you want to play this game again,
Yes.
and why?
That's important.
Yeah, so that's a yes or
That's
no,
important.
and why.
Yeah, that's important.
And then the last one is theme. The theme should be interesting. Again, if there are people involved, it should be inclusive and diverse.
Yes.
The theme should be well thought out, and it should complement the other criteria, such as the artwork, the mechanics, and all of that. So those are the things that we looked for when we decided to give a number for whatever that particular category is. So those are our criteria, and we're giving a 1 to 10. And then after that, we'll have an average. So each category can have a 1 to 10, with 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. So we're looking for those games that have that it factor. All right, so let's kick it off with Seas of Strife.
Yes.
From Rio Grande Games.
Yes.
Fun game.
Fun game. This is a unique trick taker because you don't want the tricks.
You don't want them.
You don't want them. In other, trick taking games, you want all the tricks that you can get or you bid on.
Right.
This one, you don't want none of it. Don't give me no
You're
tricks.
spending your time trying to play cards that'll keep you from taking tricks. So you
Yes.
want to play a lower card, or just make sure whatever it is doesn't give you a trick. I thought it was a really unique spin on a card
yes,
game.
It is. Now, the only hit that I give to it, now it's a beautiful game.
Beautiful.
Best
nice
did the art.
artwork. Oh, yes,
beautiful.
artwork, awesome.
My only hit is that there is no theme whatsoever.
Yeah,
No
the
theme.
theme. Yeah, the theme was lacking, and that was.
No theme.
I gave it a low mark for themes as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
it could have been anything.
It could have been anything.
Seas of Strife, it could have been something else.
You could have flowers on there.
It could have been cars. It could have been anything.
It could have been anything.
But the gameplay and the mechanics were
Yes.
the strong points.
Yes, it is.
Those are the strong points.
Yes, because
so
when you get to the point where you can put like 3 cards out there, and you can, as your opponents put out some different cards, you can choose which card you want to put out,
Yes.
and you got to think how I'm gonna not get this trick,
Yes.
and how I can get somebody else to get a trick so they can start losing.
Yeah.
I love that game.
Because with
Love it.
most trick-taking games, you have to follow suit.
Yes.
But in this particular game, if you cannot follow suit and another suit is played, then the next player has the option
Yeah.
to either play one suit or the other.
Yes.
Or if there are 3 suits, you have that option. But whatever you do, try to figure out a way not to take that trick.
Don't take no trick, y'all. Don't take. So that's the only hit that I have is that is no theme.
Yeah.
Everything else is
Yeah,
great.
it's really great.
So I gave it an 8.6.
And I gave it an 8.6.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was right
Okay.
there at
It was
9.
right there.
But it's such a fun
It's
game
that
that it
theme,
deserves
man.
high marks.
That
yeah.
theme,
the theme,
it's-
yeah, the theme was a
no
problem.
theme. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it still came out. It's still a good game,
Yeah,
y'all.
it's a great game.
It's a great game. So
Yes.
still look out for, because we said there's a lot of good card games.
A lot of card
out
games.
in 2023. That's one of them.
we've got a lot on this
That's one of
list.
them. Yes, that is one of them for
Yes.
sure to look out for. 8.6 overall.
8.6.
There we go.
All right,
Yeah.
so the next one on our list is Secret Identity.
Okay, I didn't play that one.
From our game.
Yeah.
And this is Grant. Now, Grant gave us his write-up on this game.
Yes, he did.
And I'll be reading it for the first time.
Okay.
So anyway, he said he played it at BGG Con 2023.
Yes.
With Grant Lyon and Dan Shu and some others. He said in this game you use cards with symbols in order to get people to guess what character you are assigned. So for him, he said, It was kind of tricky, and he said his favorite parts were the key and the safe components that every player has. So he liked the game a little bit, but it just wasn't his favorite overall. He thought the artwork, the minimalism of the artwork wasn't all that great. But overall, he gave it a 7.4.
Okay.
7.4.
7.4.
That's a solid score.
That's a solid score. Solid score.
Yes. Okay, so next on our list.
Shake That City from AEG. Now, this was from early in 2023.
Yes, it was.
Early. Yeah, it's a nice little puzzly tile laying game where you use the shaker to put some cubes out in whatever pattern that the cubes come in. That's what you work from to put tiles in your city.
Yes.
It's a unique game. It's okay.
Yeah, so with the shaker, you're going to get these cubes, and it's going to come out in a 3x3 grid, and the cubes are different colors. And that is how you place buildings on your player board based on the color and location of the cubes. Yeah. I think a problem to me was the shaker itself. Yeah. Because cubes would get stuck, and you'd have to redo it.
Yeah.
Interesting concept.
Game,
interesting
unique
concept.
Game, but it's a little shaky.
Yeah, it's a little shaky.
A little shaky.
Yeah. So overall, for me, I gave it a 7.2.
I gave it 7.8.
Okay.
Yeah, 7.8.
Right.
Yeah.
So the overall score for Shake That City is a 7.5.
Yeah, that's still a respectable score.
Very respectable. Yeah. For me, anything over 5 is respectable. All right,
so the next one was Sides, a nice little party game from Captain Games where two detectives will try to figure out a mystery word from letters.
Okay.
You'll have letters in front of you, and the other players will try to give you clues that won't give away what that letter is or that mystery word is, and they'll try to tell you, like if you have an L, they'll try to describe something with an L in it, just to kind of help you. Now, if you start losing and guessing wrong, you start losing letters. Oh. And that's not good. Because that means the game is winning. Because you're going up against the game. Everybody's going up against the game. So, it's a very unique party game. Okay. And it was fun. I really did enjoy it.
Okay, I didn't get a chance to play it.
No, I played it at BGG.
Okay.
And it was a really interesting game. I gave it an 8.6.
Oh, 8.6. Okay, you really liked that.
I really did like it. It was a nice party game.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so our next game
this is a good
is Spots.
Spots.
From CMYK.
Yes.
It's the second edition.
Yes.
And this is a roll and place. So you're rolling dice and placing them.
Yes.
You've got these little dog cards, and they've got little spots on them that correspond with the dice. And so you're going to put dice on them, and you have to complete 6 dog cards and to win. And this game is really kind of press your luck because you've got another little board here where you've got your little yard, and you're going to bury some dice in your yard. And if you get 7 over 7,
if you go over 7,
you bust. And all the dice you've placed on your dogs have to go away.
Go away.
So you got to be careful with this one. The artwork is just cute as
the
can
artwork
be.
is
It's just
on,
cute and
it's
quirky
on
little dogs.
Yeah, artwork
and they're all spotted little dogs, and they got cute little quirky names, and it's a fun game.
It's a fun game.
I loved it, and I gave it 9s across the board.
9s across the board. You really did like this game.
I liked it.
Well, see, I liked it more than you because I gave some 10s on some of them.
Okay.
Especially the artwork and the theme. Yeah. Because the theme is right there.
It's cute.
It's right there. The theme is right there.
Spotted dogs.
And what's so cool about the dice are like spots.
Yeah,
so,
they're like
different kind of, different kind of, how big the spots might be bigger or smaller. It's just all over the dice.
And they added everything. They had little tricks in there and treats for the dogs.
Yeah, treats.
Yeah, it's really cute.
So I gave it a 9.6.
Okay, so the overall score is a 9.3. So it is OFPG endorsed.
Bing! Yes.
All right.
Love that game. Love it.
Now the next one on our list.
Now you love this one.
Yes.
You love it. This is Starry Night Sky from Buffalo Games and designed by our good friend Emma Larkins. Love it. Yes.
Yeah. Now this game, you're going to locate new stars and map them out onto constellations.
Yes.
The beauty of the game, it has, now usually, I go for the colorful.
Yes.
This game has a dark board.
But it's colorful though.
But when you place the beautiful blue and red and white and yellow stars, once they get all on the board, it is something to see.
It is.
Beautiful, eye-catching, has table presence.
Yes.
Easy to learn and teach.
Oh, it's so easy to learn. Oh my God. Yeah.
I fell in love with it from the first play. It is an awesome game for me.
Yeah, even though it's a gateway game, it's still,
very gateway.
Anybody can play it.
It's very gateway, but even if you're an experienced player, you will have fun with it.
Yes.
I mean, you've got things we love to use. We like in-game bonuses. We like building routes. We've got contracts to complete. It is a fun game. And for me, I gave it a 9.2.
I gave it a 9.
Okay.
So that is, yes, right around there. Yeah.
So the overall score is a 9.1.
Boom.
So it is OFPG Endorsement.
Yes. There we go.
All right. Now, the next one on our list. Steam Up, a Feast of Dim Sum from Hot Banana Games.
Yes.
2 to 5 player game. And I know we've talked about this game before. So if you've watched our shows,
I'm just throwing my sheet. You know, it's like I told you before, Starla, and I told you, family, I love games like this because it shows off a culture we might not know a lot about.
Exactly.
And I love that in these games that are coming out sometimes because, you know, it's just fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about this.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game.
You guys know what we think about it.
It brings you into, you know, a dim sum restaurant, and you try to get things done.
I mean, the artwork and the components are just top notch.
Yes, top notch.
Now, we had the deluxe edition where you got these cute little rubbery like steam buns and stuff for your little steamer trays.
But the retail edition is not too bad either.
It's not bad. Yeah. And then the steamer trays are on this little rotating, you know, wheel like a rondelle. Oh my goodness, the mechanics were there, the theme is there, the components are there.
Yes.
I mean, this game is fun.
It's fun.
Yes. You've got set collecting in here.
Yeah.
You got these fortune cards that'll help you or hurt your opponents. Yeah. And then you've got these fate cards, which gives you different events to deal with. I mean, they just worked it all in. It works together seamlessly.
Yeah.
And this game, I gave it 10s. Across the board.
You gave 10s across the board?
Across the board. No
across
doubt.
the board?
Across the board.
I gave it, I gave it some 9s and a 10. I gave it 9.6.
Okay, 9.6?
Yes.
So the overall score is a 9.8.
Boom!
So yes, this is OFPG.
It's a beautiful and it's a wonderful game. Do not pass that one up. Get it.
Yes.
Get it. Now the next one is Surfasaurus Max from Loosey Goosey Games. Loosey Goosey.
Loosey Goosey.
Yes. Now I'm gonna tell you off the bat though, family, it's a very cool card game.
Yes.
It's another one of those good card games. Now it's gonna come over to the States. You know, in a different kind of way, you know, I guess artwork, but it'll be here this year. Yeah. But we played it last year.
Yeah, the English version came out in 2023.
Yeah. So I got to tell you off the bat, the art is crazy as I don't know what.
You got surfing dinosaurs.
Surfing dinosaurs, family. And the art is kind of... What is that?
I don't know.
It's bright.
It's definitely bright and colorful and again, quirky because you got surfing dinosaurs.
I had to hit it for that. I had to hit it. Let me tell you, gameplay is good, family.
Yes.
But the artwork and the theme, surfing dinosaurs, family. Surfing dinosaurs.
It was a stretch for that.
So I had to hit them, but they got good marks on, you know, everything else. Gameplay, mechanics, replayability. I mean, it's a fun game.
Yeah, well, see, in this game, you've got 7 different suits.
Yes, you do.
And the cards are numbered 1 to 12. So similar to poker, where everybody contributes a card for this particular poker hand. And if the hand wins, everyone who contributed gets scores.
Yeah, get good scores.
Who did not get a score. So it's a really interesting mechanic to this game.
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was.
And I gave it an 8.8.
I gave it a 7.6 because that art and that theme.
Well, to me, the gameplay, the mechanics, and the replayability. That really took it for me because it was really a unique way to play this particular type of game.
Yeah.
So our overall score for this one is an 8.2.
Excellent game, though.
Excellent.
And so when it comes over here this year, they'll probably reskin it.
Yes.
They'll probably reskin it, but you know the core of the game is still gonna be there. You got to get it. It's a great game.
It is.
Great game, and hopefully we'll get the reskin so we can show y'all. Yeah, it's a really good game. Really good game.
So the next one on our list
is Sweet Mess Pastry Competition from Fantasia Games. Yes.
Now, Sweet Mess is an interesting game
where
it is. You're a baker.
Yeah.
And you're in this bakery competition where you're making up cakes and
you're
whatever.
making a mess.
And yes, you make a mess in your kitchen, which is typical when you're cooking things.
Yes, it is typical.
And in this game, you've got these different ingredients you're using, such as cream and dough and cherries and all that stuff. And then you've got to prepare your recipe.
Yes.
Then you've got to complete the recipe. And it's interesting, you got these different contracts you're working on. I thought it was really interesting the way the recipe goes down the line and gets completed. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
But the really unique thing is that on the board, once you get, some ingredients, you make a mess and you kind of splash other ingredients around
the
it.
board,
because you're actually making a mess. and it's really unique how they're doing it. And then your player board is kind of like a, you can only put so many, ingredients on it, and so you're kind of limited of how you can put. You can put 2 of a kind, and then 2 of not a kind, and you kind of restrict it there. So it's like mini games all around,
right?
And it's really unique, and it was a fun game.
It makes you work for it.
We did a playthrough of it.
We did a playthrough. It makes you work for it.
Yes.
But it was so much fun. I really enjoyed the game. The components were great. The concept was great. So I gave it an 8.4.
I did a 7.8. No,
it's not a 7.8.
I did a 7.8. It was okay. Now, let me ask you, would you replay it?
Actually, I would.
You would?
I would play it again. I would love to try it again. I would love to try it again with more people.
Oh, yeah.
More people, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cute.
Okay.
Yeah, really good concept. Okay. So our overall score with your 7.8 and my 8.4 comes to an 8.1. All right. That's a great score.
Because I think if I play it again, maybe my score will go up.
I think so, too.
Yeah, I want to play it again. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the next one was me, and it's Tesseract from Smirk and Laughter Games. And I played it at a demo, and someone, I think it was Susie. Okay. Susie taught it to me, and it's a co-op, straight up co-op, and it's a 3D puzzle that with these cubes that you're trying to put on and try to stop, a major, major apocalypse. It's just gonna blow up. Okay. If you don't put the Tesseract, together, it blows up.
Well, okay.
So it's a co-op, and it is so hard.
Oh.
We lost, and I heard a lot of people saying they lose, family. It's a 3D, beautiful design, beautiful look, but it is hard.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure that you get the right, pieces, cubes on the, I guess the little dice. You make sure you get the right dice on the Tesseract, on the little cube. Yeah. And then if you don't, bad things happen, and it is hard to try to keep up. Hard to keep up.
So what you think about it?
Well, I gave it a 7.4 because it's hard. Replayability is hard. So I'm like, I might not want to play that because it's hard. So yeah, I gave it 7.4.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think in that one you could get that. What you hate in co-op games is that alpha gamer.
Yeah.
That's gonna try to tell you everything. You might develop that in this one. So so that's why I give it 7.4.
All right, so the next one on our list.
This is the one Starla Now, this is a unique one. We got to talk about this one a little bit, family.
Yeah.
This is Terrorscape from Ice Makes Games.
Yes, it's a 2 to 4 player game.
Yes, and we got to talk about it, family, because this is a horror game. Yes. Straight up. Starla always tell me, I don't play no horror game. I don't play them. I don't play them. I said, you don't play no horror game? I don't play no horror game. We got Terrorscape.
Yes.
Put it on the table. Big old house, and it got a lot of stuff going on. And I said, Starla, you gonna like this? She said, let's try it out. Because we had to do a preview on it. She said, I'm gonna check it out. She played it. She had to play it again. She said, Mik, I like this thing. I said, what? You like a horror game? She said, Mik, I like it. It's one versus many, where you got this crazy serial killer trying to kill up everybody, and it's split. You have the serial killer on one side and the people trying to survivors on the other side. Yeah. And it's a unique way where we try to find out about each other, and it is so good.
Yeah, I was really surprised. Now, we saw Terrorscape the first time, I think we were at BGG in 2022.
Yes, it was. It was at big old house.
Yeah, and I saw this huge house.
Yes.
And I'm like, what type of game is this? And so when they contacted us to do a preview of the game, I was like, okay. And then when Mik started putting it together, and this huge house was constructed on our table, I was totally intrigued. You talk about table presence.
That's all day long.
You're not going to see this at a game and not want to stop and figure out what this game is.
What are y'all playing?
What is this?
Yes.
I'm not a horror game person per se. No. But the mechanics of this game and the theme of this game drew me in.
The theme too?
The theme,
really?
that you're trying to survive. You've got this hidden movement, and you've got this deduction you have to do.
Yes.
I was intrigued by it, and when we played it, I really and truly enjoyed it immensely.
It's a fun game.
To me, the biggest drawback of this game is setting it up.
Yeah.
There's a lot to the setup.
Yes.
But once you set it up, you can play it and enjoy it, and you'll want to play it again.
Set up.
So I would probably set it up where it can stay up for a few days. So
because it's a lot. To be honest, family, it is a lot to set up. It's a lot to set. I mean, you're actually building a house.
Yeah.
Because the house, it kind of contributes
to the game.
To the game.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a. It's a what is that? A dice tower.
It's a dice tower.
It's a dice tower inside. It's a divider, and then it has like different things that you have to keep score on with it. It's a lot going on.
So it's not just a prop.
Yeah, everything. You use everything.
It's a part of the game that you need to use. So again, to me, the only part that was really bad was the setup. But the components were top notch.
Oh, components are great.
And you won't believe this, but I gave this game 10s.
Across the board?
Across the board.
Really?
I didn't ding it for the setup because the components were so top notch.
Yes.
So I gave it 10s. It surprised me.
Yes, it surprised me.
I wasn't expecting to like it. I really didn't think I would like it.
I didn't think she was gonna like it.
And so when a game like that surprises me, I gotta give it a 10.
All right, so I gave it a 9.6.
All right.
But you talk about something to play on Halloween, this is it.
That's it.
This is it. You play Terrorscape. You gotta play that.
Yeah. And so overall, with your score in mind, it gets a 9.8.
Ooh, almost
and it is
OFPG
endorsed.
Yes. All day long, family. All right, the next one. Oh, I love this game. It's Thunder Road Vendetta from Restoration Games. Family, this is Mad Max all day long.
Yes.
And if you don't know Mad Max, go see it.
Yes.
Not the new one. I don't like the new one too much. I like the old ones. Yeah, I like the old ones. I like those. But definitely, this is just crazy fun. You are in, the apocalypse, post-apocalyptic times, and you're trying to get your cars from one end of the of the track to the other side, and you're gonna have to go through opponents trying to kill you while you try to kill them. They might try to get you off the road. You got to go through obstacles that might make you crash into something. Oh, it is just heaven. It's so thematic. It is unreal. It is unreal.
Well, as you can see, I did not play this game. This is all on me.
She don't want to play it. Every time I asked Starla to play it, because Marcus Ross, a designer here in Omaha, and he also an OFPG Voices contributor.
OFPG Voices.
Now he has it. He has the blinged out version, and you can play everything. And you're like, oh my God! it was so fun. I said, Starla, you gotta play this. Starla looked at it. No.
Yeah.
She said no.
I didn't feel it at the time.
She said no. I said, come on, you gotta do it. She said no. And then now it's coming out with expansion this year. Yeah. They're gonna kickstart expansion. So it's just gonna be crazy.
I'm not saying I won't play it in the future, but at the time when they put it together, I was just like, nah.
And I played it several times. I love it. It is so much fun. I've played, the big rig, the big truck, and all that. So much fun. You can crash through stuff. Love it. I gave it 10s across the board.
10s across the board?
Yes. 10.
Okay.
So it is just straight up endorsed from me. I loved it so much.
Okay,
yes.
So the next one on our list is Ticket to Ride Berlin.
Yes.
From Days of Wonder.
Yes.
2 to 4 players.
Yes.
And it's the small box series. And you're going around Berlin. It's a similar TTR game.
It's the same, Ticket to Ride game.
Mechanics.
Small box. This is a small box.
Yes.
This is part of their city series that they are pumping out like crazy.
Yeah.
And it is a fun game.
Yes.
It is a fun game.
You've got bikes and taxis and all kinds of different modes of transportation to get you around Berlin.
Yes.
So, if you've played Ticket to Ride, this is a similar type thing. It's just a different city. Mm-hmm. But overall, because of its, ability to bring in newcomers and easy to teach, easy to learn, I gave it a 9.2.
Because this one has the subway in it.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's got
all kinds of modes of transportation.
They always have different, like a mechanic in each one of the little city series. This one is
it a subway or trolley car?
I think it's trolley car.
Trolley car.
Yeah, I think they have a trolley car in this one that you can use. Yeah. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So I gave it a 9.2.
I gave it a 9.2 too.
Okay, so it's a 9.2.
Yeah.
So it is OFPG endorsed.
Yes, I really did enjoy that one. Yeah, and I love Ticket to Ride, and I love these city games because they're low cost.
Yes.
They're a good entryway for anybody that can get into Ticket to
great
ride.
entry point.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a
I
great
agree.
entry
I
point.
totally
So I
agree.
mean, they're so needed, and I love it. And they have such a variety of different games.
Yeah.
So yes. So I really enjoy it. And they got one coming out this year. So
Yeah.
and that's Paris. They're gonna do Paris.
I can't wait.
Can't
I can't wait.
Now the next one is Trailblazers from Bite Wing Games.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now we're gonna talk about another one of the games later on, but this one, it's a unique tile laying game.
It's a tile laying game
Yeah.
where you're building these different trails
Yeah.
for hiking and biking and kayaking.
Yes.
And you want these different color trails to kind of
Loop. They loop
together
together.
around
Yes,
your
they
little
loop.
tableau that you're building or whatever. I thought it was
It's
interesting.
It's interesting, kind of confusing.
Yeah,
The rule book is a little confusing.
Yeah, it didn't knock me off my feet at all. I was just like,
it was like, okay, you can overlay
Yeah.
your little cards, tile laying and stuff. It's okay.
Yeah, I wasn't too enthralled with all the looping and the different type of paths. I mean, it's interesting. I tell anybody, maybe take a look at it, but it just didn't blow me over. So
It didn't blow me over.
So I
No.
gave it a 6.6.
Oh, I like it better than you. I gave it a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave it a
Well,
7.
right there, almost together.
Yeah.
So the overall is a 6.8.
6.8.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's cool.
All right. Now the next one on our list is Tribes of the Wind.
Yes.
From La Beauté des Jeux.
See, I can't do that long one.
It's French. I don't
Can't
know
do
if
that
I
long one.
botched it up, but that's as close as I can get.
I think you did okay.
You think I did okay?
Yeah, I think you did okay.
Yeah, now this game is interesting.
Yeah, it was a surprise.
It was.
It was a total surprise out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Because, the art, is Vincent Dutray.
Yeah.
So, the art is beautiful. And you look at it like, oh, yeah, that's Vincent right there.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, it's post-apocalyptic. You can see that on the front. How's it going to play?
Well, when I saw the
Yeah.
box, the artwork is beautiful, but I
Yes.
was looking at the whole concept of the art, and I'm going,
Yes.
I don't know if I want to play this.
Yeah.
Do I really want to do something like this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But then you said, no, let's give it a shot.
Let's give it a shot.
And you put it out
I've
on
heard
the
some good
table.
things about it. I did hear some
Yeah.
good things about it. Yeah.
And you put it on the table.
Yes.
And when you put it on the table,
Yes.
it's interesting to look at. The cards are colorful. And then you find out what the theme is of the game, where you're planting new forests and you're building
Trying
new
to build back
communities.
up.
And you've got these different little meeples or characters for your game called Wind Riders,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to help move things around and scout out new areas. I fell in love with
Yeah,
it.
because the Earth was destroyed by some kind of virus and some kind of goo, and you're trying to get rid of all this stuff.
Yes, get rid of all the pollution.
All the pollution, because
Yes.
the pollution will hit you.
Yes.
It keeps coming, and you
Yeah.
got to keep clearing it out. And it is a very unique game,
Yes.
a unique tile laying game.
Very much so.
And I like it a lot. I like it
Very
a lot.
much so.
Yes.
I was totally surprised by
Yes.
this one. I wasn't expecting to like it.
No.
When I saw the box, I didn't have any real expectations, good or bad.
Yes.
But then when I looked at it, I'm going, I don't know if I'm going to like this.
Yeah.
And I was blown away.
Yeah, because you said you want to. She's like, I want to play this again,
I was
and I
blown
want to play it
away.
again. She
Yes.
wants to play it. I want
Yes.
to play it.
I wanna play it
so
again.
I want to play it again. Yeah. So I definitely really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I gave it 8.6. 8.6.
Okay, well, I liked it more than you.
Yes,
so
you probably did.
I gave it 9s across the board.
Whoa. Okay.
Across the board.
All right.
It is
Okay.
a wonderful game. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. And so with your score and mine combined, it is an 8.8,
Yes.
which is criminal.
It's criminal.
Yes. It should be OFPG endorsed. You're a criminal.
I'm a criminal.
You took part of its score.
What?
You should have given it a 9.
It was okay. But the reason why I kind of hit it up a little bit though, Starla, is because when you go 2-player, they got that little funky, like you got to use
Yeah.
the cards in the middle as a third player.
Yeah, but I didn't mind those cards. It didn't bother me.
Because you really need 3 to 4 players
Yeah.
to really get that effect. Because you got to look at other people's cards and use other opponents'
know.
cards to help you with your
But
objectives.
was that really a fair ding? Really? Okay. That is your score. I'm not going to argue it. So,
I would have to. It might go upgraded, so it might eventually become OFPG endorsed.
well, as of right now,
It's not.
The overall score is an 8.8.
But it's still respectable,
It
though.
is right there at the cusp of a 9. But it is a fun game.
And you said it's criminal.
And I think you stole points from this game.
Stole.
You stole points.
I tell you.
Yeah.
I tell you.
should give them back.
Give them back. It's a good game, though. Don't look at that not being endorsed. It's still a good game, family.
Yes.
It's still a good game.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's the next one on our list?
Trio from Happy Camper games. And we love Trio.
Yes.
Love
Now,
it.
this is the English version.
It's the English version of Nana from Japan.
Yes.
And I love Nana, love Trio. It's a fun game. It's a fun little, it's kind of a memory game and go fish put together for gamers.
Yes.
And it is so much, and it's a memory game because you got to remember who has what type of cards out there, so you can get 3 of a kind,
You
and
can
then
get a trio.
Get 3 of a kinds, get that trio, and you win.
Yes.
But you got to remember where everybody's cards are, because you can only ask 2 questions.
Yes.
Only 2. It's like, what is your highest card, or what is your lowest card?
Yes.
That's all you can ask.
And as the player there with your hand, you've got to keep your cards in a particular order.
Yes,
And
from
you
highest to lowest.
And you have to tell the truth. What your highest or lowest card is.
You gotta tell the truth.
You have to show it.
You gotta show it.
But there's one twist to the game that's interesting, is that these 777s.
Yes.
If you can find 3 7s, you win the game automatically.
Automatically. Yes. Automatically. So
Trio is fun.
It's a fun game. We've played it so much.
Yes, we have.
And then I played the Japanese version, Nana, a lot.
Yes.
Love it.
Now,
Love it.
I gave it high marks, 10s on gameplay and mechanics and
Yes.
replayability.
Yes.
And then I kind of dinged it a little bit on artwork and theme, just because. It's really, the cards are beautiful.
But
it's okay.
It's not no
the
theme.
theme, but I mean, it could have been called anything. But Trio really does fit, though.
It does fit.
Trio.
It does
so
fit.
for me, because I really had so much fun with it, I gave it a 9.6.
I gave it an 8.6.
Okay, so our overall score for Trio is a 9.1, so it is OFPG endorsed.
Great card game, I tell you. Family, they came out with some card games in 2023. They came out with them.
All right, so the next one's on you.
All right, the next one, come on, family. Come on. Undaunted. You know I love the Undaunted series. It's war games it's a deck building war game. Love them, easy to learn the mechanics, and you can fight it out. But they've done all of them on the ground. This one is in the air. Battle of Britain from Osprey Games. Love it, love it, love it. 10s across the board. Love it. I love the Undaunted series. It's so easy to learn the mechanics of just, going, it's a 2-player game, going back and forth, flying. I mean, they brought a flying mechanic in this, where you flying planes, and the planes really have this where, you just can't turn automatically. You got to wait to turn around. I mean, just like planes. Yeah. And it's a great game. Love it.
I can see you liked it.
10 across the board.
You liked it a lot.
Yes. It's Mik endorsed all day long.
It's totally Mik endorsed because
That's what Undaunted. Mik endorsed. The whole series, the whole family. Yeah. Love it.
Okay, now the next one on our list is Vahabara.
Yes.
From Studio H.
Yes.
The English version came out in 2023.
Yes, another card game.
Now this is a card game where you have a 12 tribe deck.
Yes.
And
everybody has the same thing.
Yeah, you got the same type of cards, just different colors. And so you're building a tableau of territories. So you send your little tribe members out to try to compete with the other people's tribe members and see if you got a winning tribe member, so that you can pick the territories that you want to add to your tableau.
Yes.
Smart.
Yes.
Cute.
Yes.
Artwork is really diverse and wonderful to look at.
Yes.
Well done with the gameplay.
Yes.
Replayability. Yes. Want to play it again.
Yes.
It's a really smart, fun card game.
Yes.
You laugh a little bit, especially when you're trying to have your team, your tribe member.
There's some take that.
When you're trying to get your tribe member. Yeah, there's some cards that'll do some take that. And you're trying to get your tribe member to outdo everybody else's tribe member. It's fun, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved playing it. We played it several times.
We've played it many times.
And I gave it 10s across the board.
So I gave 10s across the board too.
So Vahabara gets a 10. It is OFPG endorsed.
Great card game. Great card. We told y'all some card games out there.
Yes.
It's a card game, I tell you.
Now the next
because before you start, because somebody in the comments for our last one said, you talk about all these card games that's so good. What are these card games? Because you said, Romy is, Romy, excuse me. Romy is so good. What about the other card games? Well, we're telling you right now. We are telling you right now.
And so we're going to hit you with another card game. Now this one is called Volanimo from 25th Century Games.
Yes.
The English version.
Yes.
And this is a card shedding game.
Yes.
Now, we were introduced to this game by Nikki from Game Night at BGG Con Fall in 2023.
Yes.
It was one of her favorite games of the year.
Because she said that on the panel.
On the panel.
And I was like,
favorite games
I never heard of, like, what's she talking about?
And we had never heard of Alanimo.
Yes.
And when we got a chance to play it, fun.
I can't stop playing it. It's so much fun.
It's fun.
Starla went and bought the game. She didn't even ask. I'm not gonna talk to no public. I'm not worried about it. She said, "We're gonna get this game right now." She on the road coming back from BGG fall. She got online and got the game.
Yeah,
got it.
We were on our way home.
Yes,
because we drove to Dallas. So on our way back, I was telling Mik, I said, I want to introduce this game to our friends and people we play games with. I don't have time to wait.
She had time to wait
for a publisher to send it to us.
Not worry about no publisher.
So
She's getting this right now.
I got on the phone online with Amazon, and by the time we got back, it was delivered the next day.
It was delivered the next day.
Love this game. Had to have it in the collection.
I love it too.
Love playing it.
it.
It's like, again, it's card shedding. It's 5 rounds. You're trying to get that coveted peas and carrot jersey that they do in the Tour de France.
Yeah, it's like the Tour de France. Yeah.
And so it's a lot of fun. I think
my Lord.
what I loved about it was a different way of playing cards for me.
Yeah.
Because we've done shedding, but not to this extent. I really loved it. Fun.
It's so much fun. I gave it 10s across the board because it's so much fun. It's so easy to introduce it to people. When you get the concept down of how you do the mechanics, you're going from there.
For me, I dinged it on artwork and I deemed it on theme.
Okay.
The artwork is cute.
All right.
Is okay, and the theme
artwork is pretty cool. I mean, the little animals, riding bikes.
Well, I know.
Pretty cool.
I mean, in theory, you're racing.
Yeah.
So you're putting down these numbers because you're racing.
Okay.
And in theory, I guess that works. But that's the only ding I gave it. But overall, I gave it a high score. It's
I
a
gave it all
9.4.
10s. I gave it all 10s.
Okay, so with your 10 and my 9.4, it gets a 9.7, which is OFPG Endorsement.
Yes, there go another great card game right there. Yes.
All right, so what's the next one?
The next one is Wandering Towers from Capstone Games.
Yes.
Now, if you put this game on the table, it looked like a child game.
Yes,
it's like, wait a minute, that's for little kids. Kids should be playing this game. But no, it is a strategy game, and you got to use some memory too.
Yes.
You got some memory because you're moving these. The premise is that you're some student magicians, wizards, trying to get to school.
Trying to get to graduation.
Try to get to school.
Yeah.
And you got to fill up your potions because your potion glasses are gone.
Yeah.
They're empty because you used them. You got to refill them, and then you got to get all your wizards to class in time. And you have all these towers and stuff around. And to help you get to class, you can move the actual towers. You can move your wizards.
Yes.
But when you move the towers, you can put the towers and stack them and put them right over your opponent's wizards. Yeah. And when you do that, you get their mana to fill up your potion bottles. Yeah, it sounds a little weird, family. Using the essence of your opponents to fill up bottles, but that's the premise.
Yes.
But it is so much fun.
Yes.
It is so much fun.
An interesting game. When I first saw it, like you said, you think it's a child's game, and I was like, I don't really want to play
what is this, man? What is this?
That looks so, juvenile. I don't want to play that.
It's not juvenile.
But we got it on the table. Lots of fun.
Yes.
There is a lot of take that.
When
your opponent is constantly trying to cover up your wizards so that you can't get them to Raven's Keep so they can graduate. So it's a lot to take that, but it's fun.
Yes, fun.
It's quirky. The artwork is quirky. It's a fun game. That's all.
It's a fun game, and then you got to remember, like if your opponent put the towers on top of your wizards, you got to remember down the line. Okay, wait a minute. Where's my wizard? Which Lord?
Which tower?
I forgot.
Is he locked
where's
in?
my wizards at? Because you got to find your wizard.
Find them and get them out. Yeah.
Now at 2-player. It's not that great, but when you have more people, because I played it at its max, and it was just super fun. It's super fun. So but I still love the game, and I gave it a 9.6.
And I gave it an 8.6 overall score of 9.1.
Yes.
So it is OFPG
endorsed. Now you tried to hurt a little bit with that 8.6. You tried to hurt. That's what I said. But instead of you trying to rob it, it still won the endorsement.
I did not steal anything from that score.
Yes.
That is a solid score.
Because I know you were a little hot that I was trying to cover up your people a lot.
Not trying. You actually did.
Yes, I did.
You hit some of my wishes.
Yes, I did. But it's a fun game. It's a fun game. They did a great job with that.
All right, what's the next one?
The next one, whoa. Now, this one, we were very impressed with this,
Yes.
even though I thought it was too short. And that is the White Castle from DeVere Games.
Yeah.
Great game.
Yes.
And you only have 9 turns. That's all.
That's it.
Just 9 turns to do whatever you need to deal with the White Castle.
Well, you have 3 rounds.
You have 3 rounds.
Yeah, and then you've got the number of turns within that
9.
round. Yeah.
Just 9 turns. That's it. The total is 9 turns.
Yeah.
And it is tough. You got to hustle, family. You have to hustle to get things done.
Yeah. So in the White Castle, so you're sending members of your clan out to attend gardens, to defend the castle, to progress on the social ladder of nobility, and that's really the premise of it. So it all works together. You've got these different areas you're going to with your clan, and so the overall goal, of course, you want to have the best clan.
And then you have worker placement, but it's with dice.
Yeah.
And you have dice manipulation too, because you can change the the dice around.
Face of the dice.
Yeah, but it is so much fun.
Yes,
and you got to think. You got to think.
Now, we got a chance to learn this game at the World Series of Board Gaming in 2023, and Tom Vassell taught us the game.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And we had a lot of fun playing with Tom.
Yeah, but he beat you by 1 point. But that's a question mark because Starla had to call him on some stuff.
1 point, Tom.
She had to call him.
We need a rematch, Tom, because I don't know.
Yes, we do. We don't know.
We're gonna put an asterisk by that 1 point.
Yeah, we're gonna put an asterisk.
Well, we had a lot of fun.
Yes, we did.
So but Tom taught us the game. We had a lot of fun playing with him. But again, 1 point, Tom.
1 point. 1 point. Yeah, but the White Castle was so much fun. We've played it.
Yes.
And we always want to play it.
Yeah.
And I think, they had a couple of games come out this year. We talked about, Three Ring Circus.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah.
but this one,
yes.
This was a good
one by
this was it.
I gave it 10s across the board.
I gave it high scores across the board myself at a 9.4.
All right, so with your score and mine, it is a 9.7, and it is OFPG endorsed.
Yeah, so definitely try it out. I know they came out with a couple of games last year, and they're bringing out games this year, but don't overlook the White Castle.
Please don't.
Now it came from the same designers from the Red Cathedral. We do have it. We got to put it on a table because we want to see, because everybody talks about Red Cathedral too. Yeah. I want to check that out too because White Castle that they made is so fun.
If it's anything like the White Castle,
we gotta
play it. Yeah.
We got to play it. So yeah.
All right. So the next one on our list is Wild Tiled West.
Here we go.
From Dire Wolf Digital.
Here we go.
Now, you guys know we've talked about this game.
Yes, did a playthrough.
We did a playthrough of this game.
Yes.
We've played it with other people, and we've shown pictures of this game.
Yes.
I don't know what else to tell you other than love it.
We love it. We love it.
Love it.
Love it.
Now, this game is a tile placement game.
Yes, it is.
And every person playing has their own little town. The towns have weird names, like what Pineapple City or whatever it may be. And you're placing tiles from this big, huge board in the middle where you're going to try to fill up your towns. And it's got this grid coverage mechanic. So you're trying to fill up your towns and you get points if you fill up different little areas in your town. The game has bandits.
Yes.
You got sheriffs.
Yes.
You got cattle.
Yeah.
You got cattle, not rustlers. You've got cowpokes.
Cowpokes.
It's kind of a race game because you're trying to finish quicker than everybody else. It's fun. The components are quality. The artwork is quirky. The gameplay is just, it's just seamless.
Yes, it is.
I love it. I love the fact that on the board you've got your river coming down the middle with
very
the blue
unique
die.
dice placement.
Yeah. And then on the sides you've got your prairie with your green die.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we loved it.
Yes.
And as I said, I don't know what else to say about it other than 10s across the board.
And this is from the same designer who made Dune Imperium and
Dune.
Also Clank.
Love
now,
Clank.
we love Clank. We love Dune Imperium.
Love 'em.
So, come on. When we saw Wild Tiled West, we were like, okay.
Yep.
They
hit it out the park.
It gotta be good because this designer did all those.
Yeah.
Especially Clank.
Yeah.
So we played it. We were like, yep.
It is thematic.
He did it.
It is fun.
Yeah, he did it.
It's everything you want a game to be.
Yeah, 10 across the board for me.
So that gives us a 10.
A 10.
OFPG endorsed with a 10. This game is awesome.
Has to be.
All right, so the next one on our list.
Another surprise, but we heard so much hype for it. We said, okay, It's a lot of hype for it. Let's check it out and see what they're really talking about. And that is World Wonders from Arcane Wonders.
Yes.
And we want to see, okay, a lot of hype. All right, let's get on the table. Let's see what's this all about. Family, that hype is real. That hype is real.
To the hype.
That hype is real.
So in this game, everybody's building their own little ancient city.
Yes.
And you're gonna try to put wonders in your city.
Yes.
And there's different rules and criteria that you have to abide by on where you can place the wonders and the streets and all that stuff. And the wonders are 3D.
The wonders are 3D.
They are painted 3D wooden wonders.
Yes.
So when you finish doing your ancient city, you've got this beautiful layout with these different wonders like Machu Picchu and all that. I mean, it's just wonderful to look at.
The Colosseum.
The Colosseum. I mean different wonders of the world.
It's wild.
There.
It's wild. And we were like, okay, this is a fun game.
It is fun.
It lived up to the hype.
It did.
Once
we finished playing, because it didn't take us too long to get through the game.
No.
We had to play it again.
No. We had to play it again and play it again. And it is so much fun. And we want to play it now.
Yes.
You know, it is you really can't say it's just fun.
I can't say anything else.
You gotta get it.
Check it out for yourself.
You're like, oh, y'all just talk. No, it is a fun game. It is real. So I gave 10s across the board.
And I gave it a 9.4. I think
what did you hit it on?
I think I only kind of dinged it a little bit on the art for the player boards, but I mean overall, just having those pieces, the components were strong.
Yeah,
strong.
Yeah,
so
I hear what you're saying.
Me, it was a 9.4, but overall, we have a 9.7.
Yes.
So it is OFPG endorsed.
Boom. Yes. And now the last one.
We made it to the end, everybody.
Yes, we made it to the end. The last one is Xenoblade from Bite Wing Games. Now, we talked about another one that they have just earlier.
We did.
But this one, great game.
Yes, it is.
I mean, you talk about negotiation, trying to... Now, if you're not good with negotiation, you might not want to do this because this is all negotiation. This is a party game beyond party game.
Lots of player interaction.
A lot of take that, a lot of everything.
Yes.
You got to negotiate with people. If you make them mad, they might not help you out, and that might hurt you in the game. But you're ultimately trying to get your animals, because it's all about animals in this zoo.
It's politics.
Yes, it's politics.
You're politicking your way up to the star exhibit.
Yes, you try to get your animal, one of your animals, to the star exhibit so they can be the star of the show, so you can get more points. I mean, it is. It's beautiful. It's a great game.
It's interesting. I think one of the questions on the description is, what if the animals ran the zoo?
And they running it.
And in Xenoblade, they run the zoo.
Yes.
The zookeeper is just there.
They allow him to stay alive. They allow him to stay alive.
The animals are in charge, and they are trying to get to the star exhibit. And if they have to, trip another animal or push them out the way to get there, that's what they're going to do.
Yes.
And you want to be the zoo mascot. That's what their goal is, to become the zoo mascot. And when you're making these different negotiations and deals with people, sometimes people don't keep their word.
No, they do not.
And in this game,
and you don't have to. You don't have to. You can lie.
You can make a promise.
You can lie.
And you don't have to keep it.
Yes.
But if you do that, just know karma is karma.
Oh yeah, karma can come quick in this one.
And the person that you didn't tell the truth to just may need them on that next turn.
You might need them. It comes quick, y'all.
You got to make those decisions.
And what's so crazy about it is that you have powers.
Yes.
But you can't use your power.
You have to give them away.
Yeah, it's a negotiation tool, so you can get around.
Yes.
So you can give your power to somebody else. So it's crazy.
Each character has those variable player powers, and you give it away for somebody else to use. That's your bargaining tool.
That's your bargaining tool.
Either that or laurels,
money.
the money that you use.
Yeah.
So you use that to bargain and get up, and it is so much fun.
Yes, I have never won. Sometimes I have been shut out of getting into the last spot. Yeah. The last game we played of this, I didn't have no money, but I just wanted to get to that star exhibit. I just wanted to get in the mix because I never have. So I got in there. I didn't win at all, but because they said, "Mick, do you have any money?" No. So what you there? I just wanted to get there. I just wanted to get in the mix.
Yeah. But it's a fun game.
Yes, it is.
Like you said, it's a party game.
Yes.
I really enjoyed it.
You did?
Yeah.
So what'd you give it?
So overall for me was a 9.6.
I gave it a 9.4.
All right, so the overall score for Zuvadas is 9.5.
Yes.
And it is OFPG Endorsement.
There you go. Boom. So that's all of them.
Yeah, so those are all of our games.
Yes.
So we'll be right back with the Ask OFPG question, the video question.
The video question.
All right, so
yes.
Stay tuned.
Here we go.
Johnson here from Omaha, Nebraska, and my question for our Family Plays Games. One thing that you all have talked about is lack of diversity in board games, from the stories being told to the pieces on games, and even the people that you see at some of the conventions that you attend. So I would like to know, have you noticed a difference since last year?
Oh, wow. That was a great question.
That was a great question. Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you, Taylor. Now, Taylor is a news reporter here, or actually she's on the anchor desk as well, here in Omaha for WOWT News Channel 6.
Yes.
So thank you so much for that question.
Yeah.
And I have to say yes. There are differences being made in the diversity in this board game hobby. The changes are small, but they are noticeable.
Yes.
I mean, we see little things happening every day. We see more diversity in the games themselves, in the artwork of the games, and more people coming to gaming events. So we're seeing, people just coming together and leaving all of those negative things behind.
But we still have a long way to go, because it's not the, and then we're getting pushback. Just like, in the world, a lot of people think that diversity and inclusion is not needed or harmful, to even this nation, and they're trying to push back and get rid of it. But we still have to push forward and say we do need it, because it's so vital. You can't get rid of it.
The positive thing is, since we've been in the hobby, yes, we're seeing change.
Yes, we are.
And even though my husband, there is pushback, but with any change, especially a change that makes some people uncomfortable, there's going to be some fight there. But I do see positive change here, and I believe if we just stay the course,
we have to stay the course.
We stay the course. We'll see more positive change. There are more people in this world and in this hobby that want to see everybody be appreciated and cared for and understood and heard than there are people who don't. And so those people who want to see the world respect people as people, we have to stand up and let those people who don't want that know that that is not the way to go.
Exactly. Good. Well said. Well said.
Yeah, but thank you for that question.
Thank you, Taylor. Thank you so much.
Yes. We're seeing change. We're fighting for it every day. And the fight has not ended.
And it got to keep going.
That's right.
You cannot give up.
Thank you. All right. If you have not checked out our most recent episode of OFPG Voices, and they're talking about civilization-themed games, go check it out.
Yes.
We had a Good Humans contributor, a guest contributor, Sam Healy, is on that episode, so be sure to check that out. And then our next episode of OFPG Voices is coming out, and this time we're going to talk about tile placement games.
Yes.
And that's coming out on February 21st. And don't forget, we put out a new episode of What Did We Get?
Yes, we did.
Check that out as well.
Yes, we got some stuff.
Now, if you want to know where OFPG is going, what are we doing next?
Yes.
Well, our next event is our first community game night of the year.
Yes.
We hold community game nights every quarter, so we do 4 a year.
Yeah.
And this is the first one for 2024. We are going back to the Highlander Accelerator.
Yes.
And we're going to be there on February 24th from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Now, we're going to have restaurants open and available, so you don't have to worry about cooking and then coming out.
Right there.
Just
Good
come
food.
on out and eat. We've got Big Mama's Kitchen.
Yes.
We've got Best Burger.
Yes.
Dina's Place will be there.
Yes.
They've got different drinks and stuff for you to have. Come out, have fun with us.
Yes.
We look forward to having you join us for another game night. We just want to keep people playing together, having fun together, and just having a good time with board games.
And then also we're going to have a Dungeons and Dragons one-shot. It's going to be going on. So if you want to look into the world of role-playing games, now you can. Come on out. Come on out.
Yeah, and Matt with the Board Game Wagon will be there with his board game library.
Yes.
So come on, you can bring some games or just come play the games that are in the library. But we have board games that we want to play with you. So we want to see you there February 24th Highlander Accelerator.
Your face
in the dining room.
Yes, your face in the place.
We want to see your face.
Yes.
In the
yes.
place.
Come on. Yes.
All right, so that's it.
Hey, now Starla, where can they find OFPG? Where can they find it?
Well, if you're looking for Our Family Plays Games,
Yes.
you can find us on Facebook, Instagram,
Yep.
Twitter,
Yep.
right here on YouTube,
Right here.
on our website, and TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah.
And if you're in Omaha, Nebraska,
That's local, family.
you can find us on Cox Channel 22.
Yeah.
Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. and Tuesdays at 4:30 p.m.
Yeah, family, thank you so much for coming out and spending some time with us while we're rating the games of 2023 and wrapping it up. Let us know what you think about our list, and if you have something that you want to add to the list, let us know. Always put your comments and just talk to us. We love hearing from you. But family, there's one thing we want you to always know. We love you.
Bye
now.
everybody.